should be up now.
Live now.
Yeesh. Sorry about that for whoever was watching right there. For some reason,
After
OBS
2 hours
does
of
not
you not
like it.
streaming him, after apparently 2 hours of the stream not being going, I doubt anyone's watching it.
Yeah.
The captain just called me Pathfinder.
Even
This is really
though
happening.
we haven't been streaming
Take
for
a
2
deep
hours.
Yeah, exactly.
I still can't believe Dad's dead. This should have been his moment.
But now it's yours. You just need to decide what you're gonna do with it.
But
Where do
I'm
I
not
start?
seeing anything on Discord now.
I'm just not sure I'm ready.
Yeah.
We weren't ready to fall out of the sky on Habitat 7, but we survived that.
Right.
There.
So, always keep a jump jet handy.
I have no idea why it does that right there. That's so fucking annoying.
But again, the Asari, Solarian, Turian ones, etc., they were supposedly sent off in 2185. You were supposedly sent off in 2182. Unless the Wikipedia is correct, and you were sent off in 2186.
We can always look at the codec right there. See if that shows anything.
Oh, you got codexes, huh?
Yep. Let's see.
Say that the alien race was called Discovered Greer.
See, Sam. Those are people. Here it is, the initiative. Right there, planning and the official planning begin in 2172. Announced their ambitious goals. Let's
see. Oh, the Andromeda Initiative officially launched in 2185, according to that.
Yeah.
Does it say when you arrived here or what have you? Like the actual year it currently is, because we know it's 634 years in the future.
Yeah, so at best you'd have to just add that onto it. I'm not saying no dates.
Well, by estimation, if it apparently happened in 2185, like this is claiming here, then that leads to a lot of different problems, because Wikipedia still would be wrong in that regard, because then their timelines would be wrong, because they said 2816 is when you got here. But 634 added into 2185 does not lead to 2816.
Yeah.
Captain wants to see a full duty roster.
I just updated the charts.
Okay, folks, this is what we've been waiting for.
This area kind of looks unfinished.
What's up?
That area you just walked through with the blue light kind of looked unfinished. Like they just slapped things and they were like, it'll look fine. Just put the ambient occlusion map on it and just consider that the texture. It'll look good.
It'll be nice to see some friendly faces this time.
The Nexus runs a support crew, just enough to finish building the station and provide safe harbor for the Arks.
Means we can start waking our people up.
They built a bar, right? Gotta have champagne for the welcome party.
You're expecting one?
After what we've been through, I could use a buzz.
We all could.
Yeah. Rough ride so far.
We'll bounce back. Real food and a shower are just ahead.
Would they have real food out here?
I imagine they'd have space food then.
Not real
Here we
food.
are.
She's literally wanting real food. Simply put, if it's going to be the same food you've been eating on this entire journey.
Yeah.
Well, this can't be right.
It's like everything's on standby.
If it's a surprise party, they're doing an awfully good job of it.
Welcome to the Nexus, gateway to Andromeda. I'm Avina, a virtual intelligence designed to assist you with immigration.
Can you tell us where the welcome party is hiding?
I'm sorry, my code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations. Please select from the following pre-programmed responses.
Where do colonists live?
Once you've cleared immigration, our helpful staff will assist you in choosing the home world of your dreams. Will it be the tropical paradise of Habitat 7, the gentle rolling hills of Habitat 3, or perhaps the mysterious twilight world of Habitat 5? Whichever you choose, rest assured our Pathfinders have carefully vetted all colony worlds to ensure your security and
Doesn't really
prosperity.
sound like you guys are just arriving.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Habitat 7. That's where we landed. She's way out of date.
How does the immigration process work?
We ask that
You just did that one,
do a
Kit.
brief medical
No,
exam
this is a
to
different
ensure
Oh,
your
okay,
health
no,
and
it's a different one
well-being
after all.
making such
Yeah.
a long journey. Once you've been cleared, our colonization experts will assist you in finding your new home. Please be mindful of the queue. Thousands of eager colonists like you are waiting to begin their new life in Andromeda.
Where? Place is deserted.
What can you tell me about the Andromeda galaxy?
Here in Andromeda, you are over 2 million light years away from the Milky Way galaxy. This is the furthest any life form has ever traveled outside our home system, making you a brave pioneer indeed. The Nexus itself is located
I guess
in a
technically
region
that's
known
true,
as the
seeing
Sirius
as the
Zone.
Greer, from the looks of it,
Here, you and thousands
probably
of
didn't
your
travel
fellow
from that same
colonists
distance.
will fulfill your
Yeah.
dreams of settling a new home. Fortune awaits.
What is the Nexus?
The
Oh,
Nexus
that's a
serves
mod
as the
location,
central
mod
hub
site.
for the Andromeda Initiative's colonization efforts. It is the first destination for all colonists upon their arrival in the new galaxy. Please enjoy the many venues the Nexus has to offer. As the station expands, it will
Just realized this also
as a
doesn't
seat
make
of
sense
government for
even
Milky
further.
Way colonists. Providing a
Hmm.
safe, stable, and
You know,
prosperous
unless we're
environment
going
is
with the
our
theory that
primary goal.
they unwittingly did
Not
make the
from the
Asari one
looks
of
of
the
it.
biggest dicks in the entire universe.
Yeah.
What year is it?
The
Well,
current
what was
year
the
is
thing that Asari, the
2819.
council were doing,
After
Kit?
spending over
That's right, they were
600
using
years in
humans
stasis,
as
it's now time to feel
colonies in
disoriented
the
and
most
confused
extreme
upon
locations.
arrival.
Yeah.
Our helpful
So
medical
what they
staff
do
will
here with
assist
the
with any physical or
Andromeda
psychological
Initiative,
after-effects
they
you may
sent
be
humans out
experiencing.
to a supposedly
Well, she's
peaceful
got the date
location,
right.
followed by
At least.
Turians,
So where is it?
Asari, and Solarians.
Well, they also
That's all.
sent some of their own people,
It has been my
but
pleasure.
As I said,
Please meet one
Asari.
of our helpful
yeah.
immigration staff for
Again,
further
point
assistance.
is, humans were being
Welcome to
used
your new
as
home
this
in
special
Andromeda,
little
where the
checker,
brightest
weather
star
vane, the
is
canary in the coal mine for
current
all these
wait time
dangerous
for immigration
locations.
processing is
And then they just send 4
unknown
different fucking
terror.
races to the
Right.
exact same
That
location,
was helpful.
including humans to that same location.
that'd be funny if that is really
Glad you're
it.
still alive.
It would really mean
This
that they
guy.
were using humans
Maybe he's
specifically to
got
find protein beacons.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Can't wait for me to be a robot.
We're from
Hey, it's not.
Archiperion, and wondering where everybody went.
Did he hear you?
Did you say an arc? This is the Nexus, right? Pretty sure we parked in the right place.
And for what it's worth, your VI over there could use an update.
Of course, I'm sorry. It's just, we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
I don't believe it. I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
I'm Scott Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an arc had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
Well, I've got a shipload of people that says we're here.
Of course, it's just... you're the first arc we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center.
It implies other
Everything
arcs
that
were
could
supposed to
go
be
wrong with
here
our
already.
plan has.
It seems
We
so.
arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
We're familiar with it.
Then you'll know why we call it the Scourge. We lost whole sections of the station. A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles, we call them.
Are things back to normal?
Nope.
Not even close. But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
Nope.
Nope, it's just starting
No
still.
word from the other Pathfinders?
No word from anyone.
Someone who happens to be like Shepard shows up, your problem's just started.
So far, we've stayed hidden. We're in no shape to deal with an attack.
We had a first contact situation on Habitat 7. Whole thing went south. They tried to kill us.
That wasn't first contact. We know about them. Those aliens are going to be a real problem.
This day just keeps getting better.
We're here.
I guess
You
we
guys
should
go
use
ahead.
an Asari
Once
to
you got
figure
the
out how
security
they
situation.
speak, right?
Exactly.
You know our command structure has been fractured. Some of us are filling in for leaders who died.
Is it true?
They said drop everything and report for duty.
And no one was expecting an Ark to finally show up.
Docking procedures are green across the board.
Stand by to merge Hyperion power into the grid.
Hard time believing Krogans actually allowed Krogans to go on this trip.
Yeah.
The crew of the Hyperion.
Good luck.
Kit, they'd already be
I'm
low
Jared
on
Kent,
manpower. Do
director
you
of
really
the
think they
initiative.
would have just said,
You
you
have
know
no
what?
idea how
A
much
good
our
idea
arrival
is to
means
reduce
us.
our production capabilities by sending more of our people off on a mission that might end badly.
That's true.
Not as much as it means to us. We had one hell of a time getting here. Nice to see some friendly faces.
Hungry faces. Any supplies you can spare would be appreciated.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial affairs. Where's the Pathfinder?
You're looking at him.
You're not Alec Ryder.
My father's dead. He made me his successor.
Alec is dead.
Part of that didn't
Please
you understand?
Yeah.
The entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust, and there's been no word from the other arcs.
What happened to them?
Unknown. Our supplies are nearly depleted. Rationing bought us some time, but even that's running out.
We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up.
Until they have somewhere to live. A golden world.
Now more than ever, we need a Pathfinder.
It now falls to you, Ryder. Are you up to the task?
We need somebody to do our own shit for us.
I may not have been the
Because we
first
can't
choice,
apparently do it.
but I'm ready for this.
Youthful enthusiasm will only get you so far in Andromeda.
That's no way to treat a guest.
Oh, well, that's an interesting choice.
I'm Nakmor Kent, superintendent of this station.
Yeah, it's like, what
Helping
happened
us
to
stay
the
off our-
veil look to
It's
them
nothing
for the
personal,
females?
But now isn't the time for
I'm not sure
on-the-job
it's female.
training.
At least the Pathfinder here seems willing to try. We could use a fresh perspective.
You've heard my concerns. I'll leave you to it.
We're all feeling the pressure. Let's have a private word in my office, Ryder. We'll discuss giving you a scout ship. I'm happy to work out the
Private
details
word.
with your associate.
Welcome to the Nexus.
Thank you for standing up for me there.
Hope's in short supply here. What little we can find should have a chance to
Ma'am, the
bloom.
Hyperion's core is now online.
So
Let me
yes,
show you
man.
something.
I guess it's been confirmed then.
An hour ago, that was all dark. But with the power from your ship, you're keeping the lights on. You have my vote.
And when the power runs out,
You'd best go talk to Director Tan. Make sure that doesn't happen. And don't be shy. Come see me when you have a chance.
It's like, what of you?
Well, someone's already flirting. I guess you won't be flirting with Tally in this one, though.
Yeah. There is
I
none.
saw those people show up.
There is none in this one.
No shit. It's almost like the Krogan did the stupid thing and the Turian were the smart ones.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
This makes that planet
Good.
uninhabitable.
I was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
It had plant life.
Director Addison is
Did the
entitled
plants
to her
not have any
opinion,
sort of way of
and
being
mine
able to filter them?
overrules hers.
Does she
Basically, it seems like.
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the Golden Worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here.
It's like, gasp, who could have guessed that?
Yes, another race created guns and started killing each other.
So we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
That's not the job of someone who finds paths.
And if I fail?
That's a terraformer's job.
Right?
Yeah.
You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
Where's my ship?
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for EOS will be in the computer.
Please, the greatest in trying to out-talk Solarian, are you?
Does not seem like it.
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
There is much
By estimation, they're about 3 years delayed.
We have to. Tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for.
Like they were supposed to be the DLC and everything for most of them.
Did you have some other business?
Any more information you can give me on the missing
But
arcs?
we all know that the DLC fell through like crazy.
Part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they're the same
By
problems
estimation, they literally should not be here yet.
I fear the worst.
Yeah.
Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems.
They're confirming 2185 is when all this apparently happened.
Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological
So basically,
needs
they
caused
left around when that was
we won't
happening.
see them for some time to come.
When the shit was hitting the fan, more or
Sounds like
less.
the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership.
So by estimation, currently, 2819 is what this would be.
Yeah.
Not 2816 like the wiki claims.
With the rest of the leadership.
So now we have to see if we can find anything that actually says what year it is.
Destroyed. They were killed instantly.
The AI out in front said it,
years and died before
but I didn't pay attention which one what the year was.
Never glimpsed Helios.
So said the AI was outdated.
Yeah.
Cantor's mentioned something about hitting
hey,
the Scourge.
you can go back to the AI and find out, can't you?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no
and you
choice
had
but
nothing to
turn
do with
the
it, I'm
Krogan
sure.
To deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we called them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Who is this
Doesn't
Sloane
sound like
Kelly?
he was supposed to be
She was head of
referencing
security
anything.
in the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first,
wonder what.
but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. Their muscle, nothing more. Good for
So we
fighting.
exiled them, same with the other ones, after they killed them.
When they didn't
Yep.
get what they wanted, they left.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people
Not
tried
accurate to the lore of
uplift
the
them,
last 3
but
games.
the Krogan could
Yeah.
never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
What do I need to consider in
I'd
making
like
a
to just
planet
point
viable?
out the Krogan apparently
Assuming the planet
successfully
supports
kept their
life,
tempers
an
in check for
outpost is
634
People
years.
like a roof over their
Yeah.
heads, and you'll
I
want
mean,
to
true, they
eliminate
were
any
all
hostile
frozen for
threats.
that time, like
Whether
we
that's the
were.
cat
For
But
some
yeah.
of
or
it.
other terrorists
Yeah.
lurking
I'd also
in
like to
Helios,
point out that
colonists think
apparently
murder
as
outside can
discontent
be
grew in this
discouraging.
place, the one
Also,
side that
scouting
apparently
and mapping
waited for
terrain
orders
is a
to shoot
priority
were the
for any
Krogans.
Pathfinder.
That is
And
true.
don't forget forward stations.
They literally
You'll
just
want
stated
those.
that the Krogans were there to help deal with the
What can you
outlaws,
tell
the
me about
rabble
forward
rousers,
stations?
etc.
I was afraid to
Yeah.
ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Aren't you special?
I
What
know.
more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
What do you know about the early days of the initiative?
As most everyone knows, Jean Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons, one for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them, the thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
Fuck you.
So how does anything get done?
Yeah, you can
theory,
tell he's
Ken
already
handles the
gonna
Nexus'
be
physical
vying for power
operations,
throughout this
Kendra
one.
runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Jean Garson. Our founder was charismatic.
Yeah, I'm sure that's their only problem.
Larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
This isn't Turian politics.
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space.
I think everybody is.
Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may
The
not be
feeling
setting
he might
foot
have
on
killed
new
the
worlds,
7 people
my
above him.
authority can ensure that you do.
I was like, I would not be
Right.
surprised.
Sorry. That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course, as you pointed out, we need each other. Our futures depend on each other's success.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
You know what they say. It's not paranoia.
If someone is out to get you, yeah. Third time this week.
It's like, I think if it's the third time,
First one was small stuff.
it is something that you should be paranoid.
That's not good. Sorry, understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Whoever's doing this has to be stopped before someone gets seriously hurt.
That's what I'm
Why
trying
isn't
to
he
do.
wearing any sort
I'm
of
an
gloves
engineer,
for,
not
you
a
know,
PI.
rubbery
I've scanned all the
methods?
potential
Make sure that he
sabotage
doesn't
areas
get
I can think
zapped.
That's
But
a
I
good
don't know who to
question.
trust anymore.
I mean,
Sounds
the
like a lot
guy
went
who
down
was
for the
repairing it,
Hyperion
and we were like,
Yeah,
it's like,
I
hey,
guess.
we're from the Ark.
Wait.
There had a fucking
That's
helmet
it.
on and everything.
You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
And before there's a single solitary Quarian on this entire journey who just happened to jump ship and hide stowaway style.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Forget, this was during the time that Batman was popular with the Arkham games, isn't it?
Probably,
Scanning
huh?
power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction
It
or
would
sabotage.
not surprise me.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
I mean, I'm just saying it looks as though you're doing a lot of this laser looking through walls kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, the thing popularized by Batman.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
Watch it would if you just had to hold your arm up like that the entire way.
Send the data to
Yeah,
Raj.
that would suck.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Especially considering as you really walk slower.
Yeah. Saying, like, realistically, take your hand, hold it out like there, and see how long before you get sick of doing that.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Well, go stop her before Handsome Jack appears.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion. All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
What's the latest about waking people up?
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never. I've been looking into this myself.
I have the scans to prove it. Here, I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny.
Oh, is
Raj
it?
was investigating
Thing
the
you
same
didn't
thing,
happen to be doing
and
it.
it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one.
Damn it,
So
really?
unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Kellis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Pattle's. A third party seems likely.
Restricted access to SAM node has now
Looks like someone is using both you and Raj to cover their tracks.
They'd need pretty high-level access for that. Still, it's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both. Just keep a low profile and don't talk to anyone. I'm on it.
Can't wait for it to be Raj. It's a joke, obviously.
Yeah. It's like, I can't remember this quest right there. It's like, it's been too long.
I don't think it's the fact that it's been too long. I think this quest is very forgettable.
Yeah.
90% of it has been walking from one location to another.
Yep.
The more I look at this place, the more I'm questioning what its design choices were. This does not have any of the kind of telltale signs of any of the different race styles or anything like that.
This file is useless. Let's check another.
Given to them, that was pretty useless.
And another scrambled file.
Coincidence seems unlikely.
Let's check another.
Yeah, I'm sure if they scramble one of them, that they'll totally
file is
scramble the
also
next
corrupted.
one and
Definitely not
not
a
somehow do
coincidence.
the next one after that.
You'd need pretty high clearance to mess
Yeah.
with the security camera files. Someone working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Got it.
So just walk around staring at people with your arm out.
Kind of, huh?
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
What am I going to do?
This person is not a match. This person is not a match.
Come on, kid. They wouldn't make it so easy as the person hiding behind a wall with a gun.
It's like, you never know.
Is with your moving on. Go back up those stairs.
Yeah, I know. I don't know either.
This person is not a match.
How literally no information was given from the cameras, but it gave you enough information to triangulate who this person was.
Exactly. Because he's such an advanced AI.
I'd be above you, Kit.
So it's like right around here.
Huh. Well, I guess they might be hiding.
Scan results show a partial positive. Target is most likely suspect.
Dale Atkins, right? We need to talk.
Look, not to be rude, but I have work to do.
Is that what sabotage is called these days? Work?
You're pretty arrogant for the new kid. You don't even know what's been going on.
Proof says you've been up to no good.
Figures. Screw this. Screw all you hypocrites on this station. You weren't here when they kicked out our loved ones. Mutiny? We just wanted answers. My sister is out there. I don't even know if she's alive or...
I'm sorry for what happened, but setting explosives isn't the answer.
Neither was sending people into exile because they didn't agree with policy. I don't care what you think. The mutiny leaders were right to demand to know what was going on.
You could have hurt people, killed them.
Like those who got killed when the leadership had the Krogan stomp on my friends? I'm done talking. I confess, it was me. Do whatever you want.
We can't let you stay on board. There's no saying what else you're capable of.
Wait, you'd let me go?
If you call exile letting you go, sure. You leave and you don't come back.
I'll leave.
Well, that was simple.
How many people will die because of your decision?
Exactly. And I got 3 more points.
Yeah. 3 more points.
Okay, there they go. Finally, sheesh, what the fuck? I was wondering
So
when
we
those
still need
things
to-
on the side were going.
So we still need to figure out the year that this is all taking place.
Yeah.
Because currently I can't find a single coherent timeline.
Engineering update. We are working on access.
Let's see. Oh, hey, I wonder if the shotgun is actually going to be worth it.
Oh. I can guarantee it won't be.
Yeah.
We're following Mass Effect 2 and 3 rules, Kit, here. It means automatically shotguns are going to be bad.
Which sad. Which makes me sad.
The cult of the shotgun is not doing very well in this series.
Nope, not really.
Got it. Shop till you
There's
drop
other
it.
games
Here
for
I
them
come.
to gain more resilience, though. Trust me, when we get to Metro, there's going to be a cult of the shotgun resurgence.
Oh, good. Good.
Honestly, it is very unlikely for you to run into a really good first-person shooter that has a really shitty shotgun. That's something you gotta. I will say about like the Civi stuff. When Civi talks about things, you can tell the quality of a game by the shotgun in a lot of
What if
cases.
they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's
Not too
rockfish?
surprising there.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor
You look
Hirok, my
high right
colleagues and
now.
I will work with your
Yeah.
Sam in the data
Don't they
you
all?
gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
No, I mean you.
Oh.
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't mind talking shop. Lab. You know.
And this is the based
You are
one.
always welcome.
So there,
Not
hey,
that
we
you've
still
had
get
much
some
to study with
entertainment.
Everyone cooped up for 14 months.
I don't
data on
expect
the
your
Scourge
face to
flows
look
like poetry.
nearly as unique when the
Now we
color
can
when the
better
light
advise
just
on
happens to
repairing the
shift.
damage you
That is
caused.
true.
That is
Maybe
one of the
Addison will
ugliest
give us a
Asari
real
I've ever
work
seen.
space. Who would
Yeah.
think with all this racket?
Pathfinder, we've had some trouble.
Anything I can help with?
The nose, I
Perhaps.
think, is it.
I discharged an away team to get
Part of
readings
it, yeah.
from a section of
That's
the
the big
Scourge that
problem.
was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle.
She has a very unflattering nose.
Good,
Yeah.
dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
Don't give up hope. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened. And I need to know.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
This is a nightmare.
Pathfinder, no time for our beer yet. This place is a mess. Security is...
Boy, that hair does not look like it works for her.
I can believe it. The Nexus is running on empty.
That was not a good hair choice either.
A lot of the exiles were security.
That hair color kind of looks like she dies.
We know
Yeah.
And now we have to worry about our people too. No idea where they went, but they left mad.
They were
Very
frustrated.
happy about the
If
camera.
they
I've been
just
noticing
wanted
that
to kill,
too.
they could have fought to the last here.
Apparently we're the big hope for everyone. Not the Hyperion showing.
Let's see if I
Just
there.
us. I'm
Better.
with you. It's just...
Alright, let's just move her out of the camera, and
This
that's
wasn't
better.
in the job description. We have to find a world and then save it.
Glad it's not just me feeling it. But it's not just you either. We're a team, right? It's what they need us to be.
It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, you're... So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
Exile, huh? Guess it wasn't for having a hand in the cookie jar.
They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have... There are
But
witnesses
wait,
and evidence.
how fucking long have these exile shit going on? You're telling me nobody murdered anyone during the whole onslaught, the rebellion?
Willing to speak with him, please.
That's true, huh? Of course, didn't the repair guy we just talked about right there said that the Krogan basically...
Stomped on his friends, yes.
Yeah.
But that could be metaphorical in some regards. Stomping on doesn't automatically mean kill. It means jackbooch kind of shit.
Yeah.
But that aside, the rebellion was going on. They literally stated that the outcast, the rebels, killed like 7 people above the one guy, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're telling me those were apparently not considered murder? What were they fucking do? Beating the out rebels before they attacked them?
I guess so, huh?
I have Apex. Combat experts who've
I understand it was they made it more as like a
I can give you authority to dispatch them.
as something that was
Appreciate that,
with
Ryder.
intent
But
and
trust me,
everything too,
Apex can handle
not
themselves.
just to.
You don't slaughter 7 people in the hierarchy because of an accident, Kit.
I don't know.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this.
So I'm just realizing, I keep sitting here and trying to figure out what's so
She's a
freaky.
wonderful person.
Pretty sure that the Solarian and Tyrion are not supposed to walk like that.
I was
Like
part of
what?
a futile effort to set up a colony.
Look
on
at the
Eos.
one guy after this
We were on
scene.
our last legs, overrun by hostiles. Our leader
If you want an
dead.
example, just look back at like the video feed of Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3 when Garrus is walking around and stuff.
I argued with him. Everyone saw.
Last I checked, getting into a spat wasn't against the law.
There's more. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
I'm so sorry, that's awful.
We were close. He was a stubborn son of a... I admired that about him. but I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Don't throw in the towel yet. I'll review the evidence. Maybe I can find something that'll help.
That would be great. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
You're not noticing how they're kind of slumped over with their shape differently?
Yeah, just a bit, huh?
Yeah. And pretty sure most of the time when you're talking, they like stand up but still have their knees pointed forward. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, their legs do seem a little bit different.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
So the mutiny has apparently happened after his murder, supposedly. But he's the only one not exiled already.
Yeah.
His only defense was, trust me, I didn't.
They decided to keep him keep him locked up and everything instead of.
Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket?
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know? Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy.
Wait, Irene was Mass Effect 3.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership.
Yeah.
How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting
the person who quote-unquote went pirate.
They penned us.
Well, she was. It's like if I'm remembering, you're meaning the one from the Omega DLC one, right? Her.
Everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
Yes, you know the one who was trying to make Arya T'Loak actually a good guy?
Yeah.
Once the heat is on,
trying to improve things on Omega?
Yeah.
And wasn't trying to take advantage of everyone, and believed rules were kind of useful, and believed that Omega could actually be a benefit to basically mankind, and could actually be a benefit to people who live there.
Yep.
If the criminals would stop destroying everything. Pirate. Irene.
Well, I would only imagine just because she went to Omega, they would be like, "Oh my God, she must be a pirate."
Well, didn't say that about Garrus.
Well, nobody knew Garrus was what he was hiding himself as.
I
kinda doubt that one, Kit.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilken, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
That sounded awkward. That sounded more. That genuinely sounded more like the sitcom joke about the two nerds trying to have a fight.
It's like, stop it! Stop hitting me with your... Stop slapping me!
Cassidy Shaw, I'm Scott Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
That's the look of someone who knows that someone's about to kill them, though.
Did you agree with
that?
It wasn't my place to agree or
That
disagree.
that comes off more like someone just surprise attacked him.
It is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
I appreciate the
He
information.
wouldn't have shouted no and looked shocked when he was shot if he didn't expect him to actually shoot him there.
Yeah.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Gee, I wonder, could Tan have had something to do with it? Yeah, I know. They're probably not going to give you a reason to go against Tan. One fucking person should probably be exiled off this fucking place.
I'm looking into the
Probably,
Nilken
yeah.
Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to EOS and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
I would like to point out, since they said this was kind of the catalyst that led to the spark that caused all the outcry, if you actually did prove it wasn't him, that would be really bad for, you know, all the exiles. Well, or it would be bad for all the people who were who they exiled.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because it would basically show that those people who got exiled were in the right.
My pleasure.
I probably used the wrong terminology there, but the point is, yeah, the people who are exiled would have been justified to some extent in their outrage if you prove that he was actually not the murderer.
Basically.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Just steal from people.
Yep.
Hyperion docking unannounced caused some switches to blow. That's fine. There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
Tan, ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
But just like what happened with the whole destruction of Arachni.
Yeah.
We wanted more say around here.
You think they would have learned on that
Addison's
part?
assistant, Spender,
Krogan couldn't even kill some bugs, Kit.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
They say that
With your
like they
plan
don't like they
gone, why
know
did you
about
stay?
what happened through Mass Effect
It's
2 and 3.
complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Jean Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
But I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility
To help with
virus
the
they
Turians.
infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survived.
Okay, so now they're trying to say that it's sterility and stillborn.
Yeah.
That's literally not how that works.
Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to.
Stillborn means the fertility was there, but right at the last hurdle, basically, the body attacked it and killed it.
Yeah.
The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
You know, because they first thing they did here was help people stop the rebellion and then get cast out for it.
Exactly.
New beginnings.
During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
So if they had that kind of stuff, doesn't it kind of mean that they just had to put a bunch in stasis and stuff like that to save them over the virus that was released by Morden? Sure, it would take them 600 years to start seeing improvements, but it also would have meant that they could have actually saved Krogan.
That's true.
So fixing the genophage was worthless.
Yes.
All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
There's also the strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me. Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital, too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away. And here we are, idling.
Aren't you glad you took that offer?
No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative.
Yeah, now you can idle here.
What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends? Or...
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a Pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director without colonies.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Talk to Kandros if you haven't.
I'm pretty
He's
sure they've tried to
unfortunately
talk a
become the
couple
head of our
different
military.
times. You've heard him
And
speak
as
a
soon
few
as he
times.
realizes
The
we're
simple
in
truth is that you guys
You don't
can't
trust
understand each other.
I
Yeah.
trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
You've had no colony successes in over a year. How many tries is that?
Less than you'd
One.
think. The Scourge, spoiled
By what it
worlds,
sounds like,
exiles,
sheesh.
hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative
No one
promised
can
a
do
goal.
those things except the
Andromeda has
Pathfinder.
not
Yep.
cooperated.
And if it
Literally no one.
Beautiful Euclidean
Exactly.
horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus as Citadel, not headed by Tan, or even me.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you.
Because not a single soul has trusted you so far, Kit. Nobody has trusted you.
Exactly.
This is like saying people hate the Witchers.
Oh, there goes my stair animation.
Yep. You look like fucking Joker going downstairs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pressing X to make me run a little bit quicker and everything, but yeah. Yeah, let's see without it. Yep, nothing without it right there.
Yeah, because they poorly animate, or they poorly did the thing
You
for that.
okay?
Yeah.
Those guys really grilled you. And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Yeah. Meeting Addison was... interesting.
She doesn't know you. I do. And you're doing fine.
I appreciate it.
Yep, because
I
what you
worked
say
out logistics
matters.
with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your sister's doing.
I'd say I'll let you pick who I woo and everything.
What are your options?
Huh?
What are your options?
Oh, she's one of them right there.
She's obviously not an option. Go next.
You got one of the alien species, not the cat, but the other one that'll be showing up later. A Turian girl.
Of course, Turian.
I like her right there myself.
So far, no. There's been very few likable people in this. I'm actually not sure I've run into a single likable person.
Yep, we'll have to see right there. I'm curious on if at least that or maybe the old Krogan guy will do it for you. You might like.
Hello, Scott. Welcome back to Sam Node. I've adjusted my
Well, the
connection to
Krogan
your
guy is
account.
automatically
The
kind
headache
of
you experienced
running
before
against a
shouldn't
biased
reoccur.
opinion.
Yeah.
They literally cannot
what was that about?
beat
You
bugs,
said we
but
need to
I'm
discuss
supposed to
something
like him as a
confidential.
race. Yeah,
You should know
sure,
certain
okay.
facts
I
before
know.
you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
Sam, if we're going to work together, you can't keep hiding things from me.
Apologies. I am simply following your father's wishes.
What was he keeping secret?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's...
I can ride you like,
And only
like.
I can act
God
as a
damn it!
force
I forgot the
multiplier,
thing I was gonna say.
dramatically enhancing
All right, I
the
can ride you like
skills when
E
required.
rode Normandy.
Exactly.
Profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out
but
of it?
they can take you over whenever he wants.
Yep, he can take me over if he wants right there. If he goes rogue.
I don't follow. You're an AI. So what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
That's pretty amazing.
But beyond what many people will accept, your father knew
You
some
look
would
very...
fear it.
Yeah, he's got a point. So
It's
what
like
does
you
this mean
broke
for
up
the
there
two
for
of
a
us?
second.
I find myself in an unusual
Character looks very
Though I have
amazed by
access
that
to your
fact.
I know, he looks
experiences,
very
there is a gap
amazed.
in my
Like he's
understanding.
That's
not
why I
about
say
to
you
fall
look
asleep.
high.
He placed a block on portions of
You
my
genuinely look like you're like baked off your ass right now this entire game.
Yeah, he does,
And
doesn't
Dad
he?
strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
So, yep, yeah, you can change your whatever one right here now.
Oh boy, any of them come with benefits?
It's like, yeah. So, yeah, quite a few.
Combat drone must be the only thing you really get for that one. Like echoes and biotic jump and evades.
Let's see, tech armor for Sentinel.
You're probably going to want that one for the highest difficulty, but we'll wait and see.
Siphoning strike and biotic jump and evade. Battlefield awareness and cloak evades.
Evading a brief cloaking device is activated.
And biotic blink.
That would probably actually be substantial in insanity.
Probably, huh?
Being able to dodge behind cover that you can literally not get behind without running would be very beneficial.
Yeah.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
Even though they act like your allies now, and the Batarians are the ones who act like you had a massive war with them.
Yep.
What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
Actually, about 27 terabytes of porn.
Pushing off from Earth. We'll jump through a few relays first.
Hey, 600 years is a long time.
Across dark space. It's daunting thinking about all
But you don't have to use it while you're stuck in stasis.
I certainly have my own.
He'd be swimming in it.
I'm just imagining, that would probably be very interesting for use during sex if you were wanting to, like, make it used as a condom.
Sam, this is a reminder about Dr.
Think about it, stasis. You can't shoot through that shit until, like, Mass Effect 3.
That is true.
He's got experience studying ancient cultures.
Stasis
Make
condoms.
sure the team gets her research. Could be useful in Andromeda.
Pretty sure my sisters mentioned Dr. Tassoni. An expert on Protheans, I think.
I have loaded Dr. Tassoni's research onto datapads.
Hello, Alec. This is Dr. Tassoni. I'm flattered you contacted me. Most scientists dismiss my work, but I'm young and Asari, and they are getting older. So we will see who has the final word. In the meantime, I'm happy to pass along my research. I hope your team finds it useful. Hello, Alec. I received your message. I must say the thought of exploring another galaxy has my head spinning. I am honestly not sure how people could survive a trip like that. And anyway, I could not bear to leave the Milky Way behind. There is so much about the Protheans I still hope to learn here. So much potential wisdom to tap. I wish you much good luck and future success.
I did not hear anything about
I think it's
about
later
Shepard
one.
in there.
It's a later one. One of the things I can unlock.
Sarah. Dr. Tapera says she'll be fine, but she's my daughter. How can I not worry? I hate to leave her like this. It's these moments when you wish you told your children you love them more often. Or ever. Which brings me to the tough part. Kids, if anything happens to me, there are things you're gonna find out. I hope you'll understand.
27 terabytes of porn on
That log
here.
is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it. That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger related to your father and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What trigger?
You just
Alec
unlocked
tied
one.
it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location. Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories. One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
What is actually up with you that makes you somehow connected Pathfindery? What is the actual reason for Pathfindery? Because this idea of progress to being a Pathfinder, what even is that? That's getting really annoying how they're doing that.
No idea.
I am Dr. Liara Tassoni, and I've spent several decades researching ancient Protheans. It is common knowledge that the Protheans were an advanced race that flourished in the Milky Way about 50,000 years ago, then went extinct. Even at the time of this writing, the year 2182, their culture remains a mystery. During my studies, I have developed some practices that can be used when analyzing any ancient culture. I hope they may prove useful for the research community.
Okay. We're gonna check out the other logs because you unlocked one.
I have to go over here to Sam Node.
That seems extra convoluted.
Yep.
Ryder, the blocks your father placed on my array are opening. I can now recall specific memories, which Alec wanted you to see.
Wait, I can actually see his memories?
Yes, you will experience them via your implant.
Okay. Something new every day.
I have several questions.
From the time when your father was posted on the Citadel.
Alec, your recommendation
Bright side,
will
these
never
memories
fly.
won't involve random
Artificial
Geth speaking English.
Yeah.
It's our best option.
If the Council gets wind of this, it'll set humanity standing back decades. You're overreaching.
Ambassador Goyle, I'm the military attaché on the Citadel. My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
Ah, he was Cerberus.
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
Well, the Asari are. Solarians are kind of not.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
How?
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators.
They
AIs and humans
AI either.
Experiencing the world together benefits both.
Yeah, they were a VI hybrid
There's
that
no creator to revolt
basically went
a pretend AI that somehow gains sentience, even though VI aren't supposed to be able to do that.
Request will be denied.
And apparently, they asked the Quarians about a soul or some shit, and that was all it took for Quarians to be like, "Huh, they're asking questions. We gotta kill them."
Yep.
He told me to appreciate
Keeping in mind that it wasn't amazing to them that the fucking Geth could speak.
Not on my watch.
Again, that's important to point out. That again, the Geth apparently were able to speak. The entire problem happened because Geth spoke.
Hearing Mom
And
again.
everyone says Geth can't speak.
I never knew that's how Dad found out.
Exactly.
Alec was a stubborn man.
I would hope so. Mom's life was worth fighting for.
It would seem his obstinance extended to me as well.
Nobody wanted to listen. The idea of you scared people too much. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Unknown. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. What are your capabilities?
Each arc houses a SAM, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Each is an artificial intelligence designed by Alec Ryder to support Pathfinders and their teams.
But AI is illegal in the Milky Way. How'd my dad get around that?
Exceptions were made. The initiative deemed his research vital to the mission. Our design was conducted in secret.
So they lied.
There are other SAMs out there?
Correct. However, your father continued to modify my own routines until the Hyperion's departure. I am the most advanced SAM in the initiative.
I take it you're based
You know, because
here in
the
Sando?
Asari Solarians wouldn't be modifying theirs.
Very.
Unit resides. However, using quantum entanglement communication, I remain in constant touch with you and the Pathfinder mission team, even over great distances.
What more can you tell me
You
about
know,
the
the same thing that
The
Edie
implant
used,
itself provides me with direct access
but
to
had
your
limited
senses.
range.
I can see,
Yeah.
hear, and experience the same stimuli you do while in the field. This raw data enables me to provide real-time feedback and analysis of the situation.
Then Dad added the secret sauce.
You removed the restrictions on my access to Pathfinder
You.
physiology.
Just a little bit.
Uh-huh. Just promise you won't fry my brain or anything.
Trust is an important concept in any relationship. Alec taught me that. I will not fry your brain. It would end badly for both of us.
Me more than you. Do you know anything more about Sarah's condition?
I monitor Dr. Carlisle's reports. He
Her
is
brain got
providing
fried.
the very best care possible. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
What did you mean by a symbiotic relationship?
Symbiosis is a mutually beneficial relationship between two life forms. A flower provides nectar to a bee, who in turn provides pollen for the flower. The bee gains nourishment, and the flower can propagate. In similar fashion, my own evolution was shaped by your father's experiences, and will now expand with yours. In return, I provide you with capabilities and analysis beyond normal human faculties. We each benefit.
That's all for now.
Of course.
Alright.
You had new things at the terminal in your dad's place.
Yeah, we'll check them later. I'm eager to get to the first planet before we stop, at least.
It's 9:48. It's time to stop.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to get over there.
Well, it's too late. It's time to stop.
Yeah. I know. Let me get at
It's
least
time
to
to stop.
Now. Can I even save?
Where are your parents? Someone call your parents.
They're dead. Ducking Bay.
Ready to see what Tan gave us?
I hear it's something special. Pathfinder en route. How's the ship?
In final checks, looking great.
We
I'm
won't be
totally
long.
sure that Tan's
The
gonna
way
give you
things are
something
going,
good.
We'll be on our own out there.
In other words,
Honestly, I'm
making
kind of
yourself
expecting like a rusty old
used to call that
Millennium Falcon.
tactical improvisation.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
But
Yeah, at least
we'll
it
be
looks
doing it in
stylish.
style.
I disagree. I never thought this Millennium Falcon looked good.
It's like, shut up. You're gonna make.
It's a floating pizza disc
I
with
know.
points on it.
Yep, the Tempest.
Similar to the Normandy, except, you know, slightly augmented.
Yep.
It looks like someone took the Normandy and was just like, you know, we don't like these wings, so let's just rework the wings.
Let's go take a closer look.
Let's pick it up a bit, people. We're 14 months late. So you're the one who's making everything happen. Vetra Nix. Initiative Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. Are we ready? The sooner we get out of here, the better.
You're coming with us?
Yes. Otherwise, there's no way they're letting this ship off the station.
Yeah. Let's go see the rest of Helios.
Hold it! You're not going anywhere.
Damn it.
Whatever happened, it wasn't me. I just got here.
Director Addison wants to see a complete report of the Tempest's supplies, munitions, and crew.
Director Tan overruled Addison.
The ship's loaded out with equipment for outpost discovery, squarely under Director Addison's purview.
Seen you around. Ben, right? Came here with a family, didn't you? Son still in cryo? I could pull some strings, get him to the front of the line.
Really?
Great first impression.
really.
I already hate her now.
He told me he wasn't essential, but I miss him.
I know. I got family too, Ben.
It's done. Addison's gonna kill me.
Thank goodness. For a sec, I thought I was going to have to deal with Addison again.
And no one wants that. All things considered, it was an easy ask. And right now, you need people tearing down obstacles, not putting up more.
Finally, someone who cares about doing stuff and not just talking about it.
I mean, I think we spent an hour and a half now just talking about doing stuff.
Basically. Yeah, just about, because we reached here around 7:30ish.
Everything's
Right
state
there,
of the art.
so
Labs, sensors, exploration gear. Plus her crew, of course. The best in their field.
Glad to see you're doing so well, Scott.
The engine core is based on the Ark's Odyssey drive.
It runs a hell of a lot quieter.
That's Gil Brody. Engineer, mechanic, all-around wrench jockey. We call this the research room. There's space for upgrading equipment, gathering intel.
Router engaged. Securing connection to Tempest.
Welcome aboard, Sam. And Ryder, of course.
All run by Suvi Anwar, our science officer. Your quarters are below. Plenty of space up here to get everyone together. It's all yours. She's light, stealthy, and the fastest ship in her class.
It's really going to be something, isn't it?
I haven't even shown you the best part. When you're ready to fly, head over to the bridge. Our pilot should have everything good to go.
By the way, a large portion of the ship looks to be Turian by design again.
yeah.
You know.
Better head to the bridge
Yeah.
when you're ready to go.
We call this the research room. You can run research projects and coordinate with the Nexus from here.
over here.
Kind of devalues the importance of the Normandy.
Just does you to be.
On top of that, keep in mind they never made another Normandy after the Normandy blew up. But
Yep.
apparently they decided to take Normandy's design and basically repurpose it for this.
Yeah.
Departure trajectory locked, Nexus Control. Ah, time for introductions. You must be Ryder, Kalojath. A pleasure to be here, and to meet you, of course. I'll be piloting the Tempest at your word. Quite the ship, but it'll take a Pathfinder's guidance to see us through Helios.
Just make sure you break a leg when you just
Plenty
stumble
of
across
dangers out
a
there.
small rock.
Yeah.
I'll do my best to avoid them.
That's reassuring. Wouldn't want to lose my finest work to that angry cloud. I was test pilot for the Tempest's early prototypes. I admit, I'm itching to see how she performs out here.
He's
So how
slouching.
The console syncs with your implant. Just swipe, touch a destination here, and the nav system calculates everything. Very efficient.
It was optimized for a Pathfinder.
Everything's secure, if you're ready.
Is
I'm
anyone
starting to
ready
think
for something this
Pathfinder means special, if you know what I mean.
Basically.
We signed on for the big stuff when we came to Andromeda.
Because everything seems to have to be handed to you and placed special for you and optimized for you because you can't understand it
Command
normally.
access is transferring
It's almost as
successfully.
if everything was designed to make sure that it only worked with the SAM.
Helm is green. Gil reports the drive core is online.
This is it,
Plus
Ryder.
also just the idea
Tempest is
that
yours.
basically a
Unless
child
you got
could
something
handle
to
it,
say
but
for the
only
log.
specific children who are slow.
Yeah.
We were all expecting a golden world. Now there's just a long road ahead. But hold on to that dream. It might see us through.
Nexus Control, this is the Tempest, ident 2527, prepping to depart.
Yeah, it's in a random speech this time.
Departure vector verified, Tempest. Godspeed, Pathfinder.
And we are off into the new galaxy.
To Eos, then. What would have been our Habitat 1?
2 failed outposts put an end to that idea.
Maybe we can turn things around. Callow, take us in.
Oh yeah, we never went back to that VI and found out what the timeline that things were supposed to be setting currently.
Oh shoot, yeah we didn't.
Andromeda Initiative Habitat 1, designated EOS.
It was supposed to be an easy first step. Until no one else showed and we got clobbered. Twice.
Why has Sam altered frequency detection?
What are we hearing, Sam?
There is a signal, Pathfinder. I recommend an immediate examination of EOS.
Not exactly as intuitive as a random ship flying through a flat area.
Yeah. It's very different for how it's more cinematic for this one.
Found a single asteroid with iron. Hooray!
Yep. And yeah, it's like as you did go to different planets and everything, it just does this.
I don't like it. I hate about 90% of everything about it. Seriously, literally all of that sucks.
Yeah, I'll do the exploring on my own for the asteroids and such.
A mirror of the signal on Habitat 7. Possible atmospheric manipulation.
Is that possible?
We'll find out. If it is like Habitat 7, no doubt we'll run into the cat.
Alright, so yeah, I can now adjust myself.
I'm 2. That makes it better. It's got a 2.
Yeah. Alright, so that's our pistol.
Wait, you can replace your pistol with an assault rifle and have 2 assault rifles?
If I had to, probably.
Disappointing. I'm gonna say right now the Charger's probably a better option.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, never mind. You got the weight system back.
Yep.
Suiting up.
Your power charge speed is -10 right now, Kit.
Yeah.
Callow.
We'll have to explore with that a bit.
Integrating search area from Sam. How he pulled that mystery signal through the storms, I have no idea.
Multisensory neural collation. Amazing.
Factory fresh across the board. Spinning up the compensators.
You're already tuning the displays.
We'll get a better read on this pass than the Nexus has had in months.
We're not discussing. I just randomly appearing behind you.
People have their hopes pinned on us. They gave up.
I
on
know,
Eos.
right?
Can't blame them. Expected a golden world, instead they saw their friends die. Never know how that'll affect. Sorry. You okay?
I think I'm still messed up by what happened with my dad.
There hasn't been much time to process it.
No. I mean, I think I'm still feeling it. Like... hearing things. Other than Sam.
We're going the crisis route. Your dad is slow taking over your body.
Checks out.
Yeah.
We're good.
Hey, that would suck.
Take us down.
You have no idea how long I've wanted a Pathfinder to say that.
It's different. It's extra kinky when a Pathfinder says it.
Core is hot.
Shields holding, adjusting entry.
We got this, right?
Enter slower.
Hell.
There. Set us down at this nav point.
Currently, I'm not quite seeing why this world sucked.
It's like, I'm guessing super overcast.
Oh, rainy weather. I know that Irish woman would definitely have a problem with rainy weather.
Yeah. Rainy weather, and also apparently the atmosphere is uninhabitable, more or less. Once again.
It's amazing how many places seem to have growth on it that seem to have no atmosphere. Interesting.
Reports state this planet suffers deadly storms that are contaminated by radiation from the Scourge. EO's deployment was incomplete due to environmental hazards and ultimately hostile encounters.
Plus, no Pathfinder. If EOS is like Habitat 7, that signal we scanned must be connected with the atmosphere. We could use the outpost's antenna to track it down. Let's get the power back on.
So this one is hit by radiation storms.
Yeah. Radiation and super mega sandstorms.
We'll make EOS home.
Both of which are very easy to counter.
Exactly. Which we'll have to
Also,
counter.
if that was the case, you'd be fucking dead right now. Radiation lingers.
Exactly.
If there's radiation storms hitting this place, on top of that, radiation has a habit of soaking into metals and emanating slowly. If this place is being racked with radiation storms constantly, or let's not say constantly, let's say once in a while, look at all the metal.
Yeah.
You'd be frying to death right now.
Probably, huh? Alright, well, we are finally on the first main worlds and one of the first main worlds and everything. So we'll pick up the journey through Mass Effect Andromeda on Tuesday at 6 p.m. as Mountain Time as usual. We shall see everybody next time on that. Though tomorrow I might be streaming with myself and everything for another game at the same time of 6 p.m. So we'll see everybody then, if so.